Some say salesmanship is an art. Some master it, others fumble, but a rare few wield it like a superpower. Khalif Kairo was one of them. He didn't just sell products, he sold dreams, lifestyle. And what is a better place to sell anything these days other than social media? Publicity after publicity, controversy, and even social media wrangles. Kairo channeled all that attention to his car dealership, and soon enough it turned into an empire. People trusted him and followers adored him. He became the go-to car dealer in town. But here's the thing though, if you oversell, the illusion shatters. Kairo's ability to create hype around himself and his business was unmatched. Unfortunately, the same charisma that he built his empire on would send his downfall gleaming to his face. Kairo boasts a 9-year experience as a car dealer in Kenya. If there's one thing he understood, it was marketing. His company, Kairo Motors, became synonymous with sleek, high-end cars imported from Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. He leveraged the power of social media, where he had mastered the art of creating hype with flashy posts, celebrity endorsements, and giveaways for shock value. Later on, he set his eyes beyond cars, aiming for the skies. In 2023, Kairo launched Jetman Global, an aviation business dealing in aircraft leasing and sales. His automotive empire was bigger than ever. Perhaps his emphasis on honesty and hard work was what made him so admirable. His brand was trustworthy and loved, the perfect ingredients for a business boom. Kairo's rise to celebrityhood was gradual and sure. He became fairly known by car and business enthusiasts, with his name appearing a few times on mainstream media following his business success. And he took this as a sign to flaunt his worth with every given opportunity and live unapologetically large to amplify his social status. From luxury vacations, flashy cars and bikes, investment in abroad islands nobody has heard about, helicopter rides, and extravagant gifts for his girlfriends. This is what you'd find Kairo engaging in casually. He would take private jets to vacation and take his girlfriends on leisure helicopter rides around Nairobi, in what seemed like a challenge for other boyfriends to do better.
Allegedly.
When he was not on planes, he was making posts for shock value. Sometime in April 2023, he made a post on X stating that he would give away a 2002 Volkswagen worth 400,000 Kenya shillings to a follower who would write the most beautiful poem praising his girlfriend. He would also go ahead to buy his girlfriend a diamond necklace worth 350,000 Kenya shillings during the couple's lavish trip to India. But hold that thought, we shall revisit. When questioned on being extremely extravagant on what netizens thought was spending for show, Kairo declared himself a genuine man who was not afraid to show love to his woman. All this while calling out his critics as being unprincipled and lose that they cannot commit to one woman and give her their all. Let's conclude he was the best boyfriend in town, or so it seemed. One may say Kairo was obsessed with luxury and public displays of wealth, but if there is anything we have learned so far in this channel, his extravagance paired with unnecessary flaunting of wealth does not end well. As Kairo's fame grew, critics emerged in equal measure. His public displays had attracted naysayers who took every opportunity to criticize his work, personality, and fame. Rumors started flying of his employees alleging delays in payments and other unfair work practices. All alleged, but the case died down and disappeared. Kairo seemed to ignore the negativity as he focused on pushing his brand. Then things took a dramatic turn when customers started complaining of delays in their car deliveries after paying full price. On one instance, in late 2024, a client bought a 2014 Volvo V40, then was forced to go home without a logbook following some mishaps in the transfer. All this while trusting that Kairo would handle the logbook transfers as promised, but it never materialized. It then emerged that the car had an unpaid debt which was against the agreement of purchase. Kairo lied that the car was cleared when it was not. A few months later, auctioneers ruthlessly repossessed the car at the client's workplace, to which Kairo sent reassurance messages of handling the matter very soon, only to go ghost on the client. On December 3rd, 2024, Kairo was arrested and detained at Kasarani police station under allegations that he had pocketed millions under false pretense of delivering high-end cars, which he never delivered. While detained, more complaints emerged, forcing a lawsuit to ensue. Good news is that he made it out, going straight to social media to explain to netizens what had just happened. He wrote, "Every entrepreneur must face litigation or money problems, especially when God is taking you to higher levels." In January 11, 2025, Kairo was arrested yet again for failing to honor agreements with two clients after collecting 2.9 million Kenya shillings for a Subaru Outback and 2.1 million Kenya shillings for a Honda Vezel hybrid. Rumor says that he was denied bail in this instance as it was not known what transpired, but he was later seen out of police custody. Some say he was planned to fly to New York the next day and was released under those grounds. At this point, Kairo's image was tainted, but he still went on social media to assure his followers all was well, maintaining that his troubles are just business issues that he would overcome. He resorted to claiming that God is testing him and that there are unknown forces fighting him in business, cleverly omitting the fact that he had scammed millions from his clients as alleged. In late January, Kairo was rearrested again, and this time slapped with a fresh fraud charge of 3 million Kenya shillings in a car deal. He was detained for 2 days, then arraigned to court on 28th January 2025, where he pleaded not guilty to multiple accounts. This time, the prosecution opposed his release on bond, claiming that he was a flight risk. But after evaluation, the magistrate offered him a personal bond of 3 million Kenya shillings, indicating that they agreed to his personal bond application as he was about to travel to the US to raise funds for financing his business. After assessing his flight history, they determined he was not a flight risk at all. Now let's go back a day before. On the 27th of January, Kairo had declared that he had incorporated Kai and Kairo in the US to create a digital ecosystem for cars, and that he was looking for investors through a crowdfunding scheme via WeFund. He boldly called on new investors into the company, assuring them that they were investing in a company in the US, regulated by US laws and systems. He also said that they would scale soon, which would see the investors enjoy all the benefits of the American economy, promising that no one would lose a cent. And people fell over each other as they rushed to invest. And soon enough, the fund raised 12.9 million Kenya shillings. 5 days later, Kairo came back online, announcing to his followers that his legal issues made his WeFund to be shut down. He insisted that he was being fought by unknown forces, and proceeding to say that everything is a well-coordinated effect to frustrate me, hound me out of business, and sabotage whatever we have built. Putting on a brave face, Kairo appealed to the public to donate to him through Kai and Kairo's pay bill number instead, to help him deal with his financial troubles. Little did anyone know that this single post would break hell loose. Some netizens were having a field day with this news. Netizens flocked to mock him for his flamboyant lifestyle that allegedly landed him into these financial issues to begin with. Scandal had hit, and the internet that he was so beloved on turned on him. What people did not realize was that as Kairo rose to fame, his confidence bordered arrogance. Screenshots of his arrogance were passed around for all to see before they pressed send to that pay bill. Now, at his prime, Kairo was a mean boy of sorts. He looked down on people who were less successful than him, sometimes for no reason. In one instance, he bragged, "Filled up my Porsche today. The fuel cost more than some of y'all's monthly salary. Hope you're grinding hard." In another post with one of his followers, he told him, "Bro, I'm tweeting from my multi-million office in Kenya's most expensive corporate neighborhood. What makes you think validations from Twitter brokies is helping me?" In another post, he casually says, "My son's motorbike can feed your family for 1 year." Going back a little bit to the June finance bill protests, Kenyan youths called him out for abandoning the protests, to which he claimed the protestants were destroying the country and the likes of himself, who had strong international connections, would just move abroad, telling them that jobless youths would suffer the most because they do not want to use their brains. In some rare cases, it was satisfying to see his quick outbursts, leaving him blatantly embarrassed at his ignorance, like in his very public social media feud with a top Kenyan chef, Dennis Ombachi, where Kairo coldly called him a kept man, meaning he was dependent spent on his wife. Then to add salt to injury, Kairo proceeded to say that he already has a trust fund for his son in the Caymans, while Ombachi could only teach his son cooking. Kairo was later dumbfounded when he realized that Ombachi is paid close to $500,000 for single gigs. One case I personally find very interesting was when a netizen warned him against extravagant spending, cautioning him to not one day come up with a pay bill asking people to donate to him. Yes, Kairo being Kairo, he had a whole lot to say to him. He confidently made it clear that he will never give people a pay bill asking for donations, stating that his God is not broke. Yet here we are. Kairo had constantly declared himself a billionaire and called netizens brokies. So the question in everyone's mind was, how can brokies donate money to a billionaire? The public scrutiny further bubbled over when netizens realized that his girlfriend, whom they had flaunted his wealth together with, had cleaned her social media of Kairo's presence and refrained from showing any form of support to her partner. A cocky netizen asked Kairo's ex to sell off the 350,000 Kenya shillings diamond necklace Kairo had bought her as an empathetic gesture to help him at this time when he is in financial need. She quickly replied, "The necklace is in India in the shop. We fitted, then it was returned," disclosing rather hurting information that led netizens to conclude that Kairo's extravagance was just a show. But that is up to debate. The man himself insists his challenges are a test from God and that there are unknown forces sabotaging him. His die-hard supporters are convinced it is just a business hiccup and they continue to admire him greatly, while, like he likes to call them, internet brokies view the whole scenario as karma catching up to him.
Sita kuruhusu ulete ujinga hapa. Wacha. Sisi tunapiga watu tunapiga